In today's video, guys, we are going to be talking with Dr. Beasley's. We're going to talk a little about their products, what they have, and how they work. All right, guys, I have the pleasure of working next to Mr. Chris from Dr. Beasley. I'm actually very excited when I got some packages in the mail from your product line. And I was like really wowed because of just the way the presentation is. Literally, you get that high quality feel. I honestly felt like these were like hair products, or like I know it's just high quality in a way. So I'm very eager and interested to learn about these products. But before we get to that, tell us a little bit about Dr. Beasley.
So Dr. Beasley's is a company that's based around solving problems and making our customers' lives better. Okay. And what gives us that unique perspective is that our owner, who's also our formulator, Jim Lefebvre, he actually owns our sister company, which is Simon's Detail. So we have a full service detail shop that's running. So we see those real world problems that detailers run into, and we want to fix them in our own operation as well as your operation. So I mean, this is actually one of the very first products. This is the first product we released, was our leather cream, which is a beautiful leather conditioner formulated with lanolin. So we're feeding the leather. But the problem we were solving here is we had customers complaining about shiny, slippery leather. They don't want little old ladies do not want to slide off their seats, and you don't want to get blinded by the reflection off your dash. Okay. So the beautiful thing about this product is that it's going to condition and feed the leather to keep it soft, keep that hand buttery soft, but it's also going to leave an OEM finish. Okay. Most importantly. Natural. Exactly. So that nice matte finish on there. So again, that's really where all our products come from. We saw a problem, and then we needed to solve it. And that's really the basis of the whole product line from Dr. Beasley's.
That's really, really good. I didn't know about that. Simon is.
Yeah. So Simon's Detail that's Chicago's premier PPF and detail shop. So we have that running full time. And again, it's a nice test bed for all of our products. But same thing with our micro suede products. We found that there was not a dedicated product for micro suede. Alcantara used to be just, in the highest of high-end vehicles. Well, you can go right now, look at my Ford that's sitting outside, and that's got Alcantara in it So now we're seeing more and more Alcantara. You can't just go grab an APC or a fabric cleanser. This is a unique material that needs a specific cleanser and specific protection that is aimed directly at that substrate. Because again, that's what we're about. You will not find an all-purpose cleaner. There is no APC in Dr. Beasley's. Okay. Our theory is if there's a substrate, we have a dedicated cleanser and a dedicated protection for that substrate.
Okay. And we're going to be working on this Cadillac today that has these suede or Alcantara seats. But a question I see a lot of the times on like Facebook forums is, how do you clean Alcantara seats, or how do you clean suede seats? And I think today we're definitely going to be showcasing some products that for a lot of us has been an issue. I'll be honest, I've used like some like mild APC on them because I didn't know better. And I didn't know there was really a dedicated suede or Alcantara product. So I'm excited to really see these things kind of work. So we're going to get all set up really quickly, and then we'll bring you guys in with these products. If you want to go ahead and even the protection,
like you're not putting some nasty chemically smell in your customer's car.
Yeah. All right, guys. So really quickly, I'm gonna give you guys just my unboxing input really quick. Like I said, packaging is amazing. I do like this right here, where it's crafted for quality. It gives you just a little bit of what they believe in and what they strive for, which is quality. Upon opening the packages, it comes really, really nicely packed. And as I was opening, I was like, this reminds me of Robitussin bottles. But really, look how that looks really, really nice. The labeling is, I kind of like simple but premium in a way. And then, as always, I'm smelling stuff. It doesn't have a scent. So, for those who are looking for products, a lot of you guys are like, man, I don't want scent. This is perfect for that. So this is the micro suede cleanser. This is a 12-ounce product. And we're going to be using it on these seats here to clean and then we're going to be following it up with some other products. So let's go ahead and get started on the cleaning or how to use this product, because I would think, would I just spray it?
So basically, yeah, it's a simple spray and wipe type product. So
spray and wipe.
The idea here is understand that Alcantara, otherwise known as Ultra Suede, otherwise known as Dinamica, generic name is microfiber, is actually one of the most durable fabrics on the planet. From my 20 plus years in the furniture industry, I know this. This fabric is incredibly durable, but it does need to be maintained. What can really work against you is body oils and that sort of thing can mat down the nap, and that's how you get really nasty feeling microfiber. So we got to keep it clean, and it'll keep that enjoyable, soft, supple feel for years to come. So again, simple spray. We want to mist it on the surface. We don't want to saturate. We want to mist, and then we're just going to wipe it up. Maybe one more spray on the bottom, and we want to give it some dwell time. Again, we want to give the chemical an opportunity to break down any contaminants on the surface. And then we can come back with a simple wipe up. And this is a fairly benign cleanser, so even if I get overspray on plastics or leather, I'm not worried about it. I'm just going to wipe it up. My biggest concern is I just don't want the cleanser drying on the surface of any of these materials.
Okay.
Yeah, so fortunately, these seats seem to be in pretty good nick. So, I mean, I don't really see any staining.
Bit.
We got some schmutz on there. We got that up. And again, this is necessary because especially if we're going to follow with the protection step, we got to make sure that the substrate is as clean as possible, as close to virgin as possible, so we can get that most durable bond of that protection step to follow.
Okay.
So I don't know if you want to do the back.
All right.
We're going to do the back, or we're just going to do the seat, or?
Wait. So after you spray this, would you spray this here?
No, that's the, is that protect? Oh, I'm sorry. That's the cleanser again, right?
So
I'm sorry.
let me spray it.
I wasn't sure if we're going to do up here or not.
Okay, yeah, all of it.
Okay.
I will find a way to edit that in.
Sorry.
All right. I do see like it rejuvenates like the fibers.
Mm-hmm. So again, this is, by cleansing it, we're pulling out a lot of those oils and other contaminants. They're going to cause the nap or the little fibers to lay down and get matted. Now the other thing to be concerned about, one other thing, this does have a nap. So when we do clean it, we want to make sure we go both directions because we want to get both sides of the nap. So see how it turns darker when we go up? So again, there is a nap there, so we want to make sure we get both sides of that nap clean. So I always want to, whether I'm going left, right, up, down,
make sure you get it
we want
both
two
ways.
directions.
Okay. Awesome.
So now we have a pretty good cleanser. Now if we did have any spots or any kind of more stubborn stains rather, we can go to our microsuede spot remover. This is our more aggressive, our next step on the ladder of aggression. And again, this would not be something I would use as a general cleanser because this is more aggressive. Only one needed and only on that contaminant. Again, because this is more aggressive, so we want to keep it more localized. But in this case, fortunately, I don't think we need it.
Yep, looks pretty good.
So we're going to go right into the protection. Now, generally, we want to advise people, we want the Ultra Suede to be dry. In the ideal situation, we want this dry. It's still a little damp here. Let's get it a little dry as best we can. And then, again, this is a relatively simple application here. You can either use a microfiber or a brush, whichever way you want to go. Interior brush is perfectly acceptable and actually probably the preferred way to do it.
Okay.
Let me run over to the oh shit cart to see if they have a brush over there.
He said the oh shit.
All right.
Yep.
So as far as applying the protection, what we want to start with, Carlos, is we want to again brush the nap all one direction. So I'll hand you over the brush.
Don't spray this first, right?
We want to brush the nap all in one direction.
And we're using the Works Tough. You can guys, if you guys are interested in this brush, you can get all these products as well before I forget here at the Car Supplies warehouse. In case you're wondering about these products, don't forget, stop by the Car Supplies warehouse and get you some of these really awesome products. All right.
So we're simply going to spray on the surface.
Mist, or
we're going to mist it. We don't want to saturate, but we want to give it a nice mist on the surface. Okay. We can go right up the back too. You can probably get a little bit heavier than that. There we go. Very nice. And now we're going to brush all the suede back the other direction and do the same mist. And just like the cleanser, I'm not particularly concerned about overspray with this product. I just don't want it necessarily drying on any of those surfaces. So if we do get overspray on belt buckles or other surfaces, we just want to wipe it up. So now that we've brushed the nap back the other direction, let's give it another mist with the micro suede protection. Perfect. And then from here on out, we're going to brush it again back another direction just to make sure we got full coverage and get it all worked in there. Then after we do this last brush, we'll just clean up whatever overspray is there and we're done with the micro suede.
And then you said mop it up?
Yeah, and then we can just wipe up the overspray.
It definitely looks cleaner from that other seat.
Oh, you just want to get the overspray. You want to let, so basically what I usually do is I'd brush it, and then I'd leave it. I'm just going to go get the overspray up.
Okay.
I'm not, I mean, it's not horrible. I mean, the product is still on there, but really we want to do the brush, and then I want to let it sit for 24 hours and cure.
Got it.
But one thing I want to mist, and then I want to do that brush to get it in the fabrics, but then I want to let it sit there and cure on those fabrics. What I want to avoid is, I mean, spraying it and leaving it, because then it can cure on top of the fabrics. We want to spray it and at least give it a brush. Now, if you don't have a brush, go ahead and use your microfiber to turn the nap over and do your final brush off. But yeah, we'll just do a spray like that. Yes. And then just give it a final brush and then just clean up our overspray.
Got it. So that's the trick, guys. Make sure you do not use your towel and remove it.
Yeah.
Brush it in and then just
let it cure.
The overspray. And you said this cures in like 24 hours?
Yes.
And then as far as the protection, what's it gonna help?
So this is going to give us contaminant resistance, UV protection, which is so very important because that'll break down any interior material faster than anything else. And it'll also give us some hydrophobicity there as well. So it's going to basically, the whole idea here is we are extending the life of this material so you can maximize it and get the full life out of it.
Got it. All right. Sweet. That was really simple, guys. Just 1 and 2, brush, let it sit and for 24 hours and you're good to go. So this is perfect for those who may have a shop. You get a customer to bring it in, you can do this, or obviously if you're mobile, just make sure that, you know, they don't sit on it or anything for at least 24 hours to make sure that this product really gets the dwelling and gets the job done for any future maybe spills or anything like that. So awesome. That was really, really simple. And again, it doesn't have like a strong odor. For those who are looking for a product that doesn't smell like strong, this is definitely one of them. So we're now going to check out another product from Dr. Beasley. So let's get it and we'll be right back.
I do like using an applicator. One thing you'll notice about leather cream, the thickness on it. So again, we're not going to waste product. It stays between the substrate and your applicator. It's also formulated with lanolin. So we are legitimately feeding the leather, nourishing the leather, because lanolin is derived from sheep's oil. So we're giving the leather what it needs as far as nourishment. But like you just noticed, that scent smells like leather should smell.
It has a nice scent. Okay. Yeah. Oh wow, that little bit does go a long way. At first I thought it was like, we need more, but no.
So we'll see how dry this leather is. Generally, when I am conditioning leather and I'm making my way through the car, as I get back around, you know, I like to let it sit on the surface for 5 or 10 minutes because I'll continue on to the other areas. Now, if I come back after 5 or 10 minutes and there's still some residue on the surface, I'm gonna go ahead and wipe that up with a microfiber, and that will get me my beautiful matte finish. However, before I do that, hold on 1 second, Carlos, because you see how see how quickly that is absorbing? This leather's thirsty. So if I can sit here and watch the product disappear into that leather, we need to keep on feeding it.
Okay. Okay, good.
Because really, I want to keep on conditioning the leather until it sits on the surface for several minutes. Then I know that is a well-nourished hide.
And for those detailers who might be looking at this and they're like, wow, that's a lot of work. Like I can, just clean it and put a conditioner on it. This, we're having to do more steps because of just how much maybe the seats have not been maintained.
Now going down the road, once we've kind of caught them backed up to what should have been done, future treatments are going to be much simpler, much faster, and less frequency. It's probably going to be one conditioning. But again, we get a car in our shop and we see it absorb into the leather that fast, we're going to keep on feeding it. And so that way, again, how are we going to maximize the life? How are we going to extend the life of this leather? By keeping it soft and malleable. If we let it go, and as it gets pounded by UV rays and everything else, it's going to become rigid. And if it's rigid, as people sit on it, move across it, it's going to start cracking and it's not going to wear well. If we keep leather conditioned, cleaned and conditioned its entire life, it'll outlast us.
So is this kind of more of like, I know it's not leather restoration, but I guess the cost would be a little bit greater because of the amount of steps you would need to take in order to restore the leather?
Well, I mean, again, it's all relative. If this was a brand new car, chances are one application is fine. And I would get you, when we come back, if this were a customer and he comes back next month or 2 months for his maintenance, this is all going to be much easier. This is just telling me that this leather back here has been ignored. Maybe it was conditioned, but not enough. So again, is the one step of conditioning sufficient? Sure, that's sufficient. But if this is my car, and I want to, I want to get my maximum durability, I want to get the leather to last for the next 10, 15 years, this is how you're going to do it.
Okay. So I think with this last application, I feel like it's kind of looking a little bit better.
I've seen some, because I'm starting to see that shine sit on the surface. That means there's still some residue of the product on the surface. Now I'm feeling good about it. We fed it. It's nourished. Get your hand in there, Carlos. It's going to feel nice. Let's go ahead and wipe off whatever residue is there and get into some protection. Beautiful. And now even if you feel the seat, the leather next to you, compared to that, I mean, it's going to have just that nicer, softer, supple
like
hand
rough,
to it.
More, this side is here more softer.
So now we've cleaned our leather, we've conditioned our leather, now it's imperative to protect our leather. So this is a unique product. It is a hydrophobic coating that has a 5-year service life for leather, but it is still breathable. So we can continue to condition down the road, even though we're going to put a ceramic coating on it. And the leather will continue to accept that conditioning, yet it's going to push off contamination and give us that UV protection that we really, really need on every surface of our vehicle.
And this product here, this coating, what does this product go for?
So this is leather. This is our Leather Lock Pro Kit. We actually have two. We have Leather Lock. This is our water-based 1-year protection product, super easy to use, but you're looking at a 24-hour cure time on this one. So as a professional, not ideal. As an enthusiast, no problem at home.
All right.
But for a pro, this is a solvent-based, and then we're going from 1 year to 5-year durability, and we're also getting a 2 to 3 hour cure time, so you can deliver this car same day, which is crucial when you're doing this for business. So, like always, we open up one of our kits. You're gonna find our little welcome card. The card was
really cool. That welcome card was really cool when I opened it.
The little welcome card comes in here, and then what you're gonna find in the kit is we're gonna have a 2-ounce bottle of the leather coating prep. I'll hand that one to you. Then we have a 1-ounce bottle of the Leather Lock Pro, and then we get a block. So what we're actually going to do is we're going to spray the prep on the surface, very light mist. A little bit goes a long way, as everything with Dr. Beasley's. And we're going to give it 30 seconds dwell time and wipe it up. And again, folks, 30 seconds, 20 seconds, 1 minute. It's not gospel, it's a guideline. It's a starting point. Most important part, I just don't want it drying on the surface. So let's go ahead and wipe it up.
So even though we use this leather cream.
Thank you for reminding me. Generally, what we want to do is, through the magic of a television, we're going to do this, but we want to wait 30 to 60 minutes after conditioning before we go to protection.
So you can kind of air out.
So we want that condition to fully absorb into that substrate.
Got it.
So yes, I would definitely wait, like I said, 30 to 60 minutes after conditioning before we move into protection.
All right.
So now we can go get our block, and what we're gonna do, let me open her up here real quick. And one thing I actually like to do, a little bit different, you know, everyone has their own way to load up a block when they're putting on a coating. But one thing I like to do when I'm actually doing leather coatings, most people will lay their bead right down the middle. In this case, I'm gonna go right on the edge. And the reason I like to go on the edge is I wanna get down into where this stitching is. Because the fact is, if there is a spill back here, gravity is gonna take over and it's gonna go to that lowest possible point, which is a lot of time inside these seams and stitches. So I wanna make sure I'm not only protected here, but also all in here as well. So that's why when I load up this applicator, I'm loading it up on the edge so I can jam it down in there and get full protection. Shake well, unlock, and it's got a little reducer in there, so no pipe bend or anything like that.
So we will go right down the edge.
Perfect. And then, you know, if you want to Mr. Miyagi it, you want to cross hatch it, you know, what we're looking, this is a self-leveling coating, so I'm not worried about
that. You can see that.
But then we might need to load it up a little bit more. So of course, when it's going on, it's wet, naturally, because it's wet. But you'll see as it cures,
it goes more natural.
It's gonna be a totally imperceptible matte finish.
There we go.
All right. So now what we have to do is we gotta wait 20 to 30 minutes or so, and then we're gonna come back, and if in 20 to 30 minutes, if there is any residue left on the surface, we're gonna wipe it up, and then we're gonna leave it for 2 to 3 hours to cure, and we're good to go.
And this product, you can use it leather. What about like the doors, or is this more strictly of
this
a
is
leather
more
coating?
for leather.
Okay,
you know,
perfect.
That's the idea. Like again, the Dr. Beasley's, if there's a substrate, we have our plastic trim coating kit. Would be great for this. Actually, this feels upholstered up here, but for hard plastics, I'm going to use our plastic trim coating kit, which is either for plastic trim on the inside or the outside of the car. And again, that's that same idea where it's imperceptible protection. We're not changing the finish.
And as it's airing out, it's pretty much going back to that natural. It's not glossy. It's nothing.
Exactly. And this is what we want. We want, if your customer is noticing what's on their leather, that's a fail. We want your customer just to notice how beautiful their leather is. Carlos, my leather is phenomenal. Thank you so much. Not Carlos, what's on top of my leather? That's no good. I just want them to thank you for doing such a great job, because they can't even see what's on their leather. They just know it feels great, and then it is going to resist those stains, because what you're actually doing, especially if you're doing this professionally and this is a maintenance client, in the end, you're making your life easier.
Yeah.
Because now the cleaning moving forward in this vehicle is going to be a snap. So just like we talked before about the conditioner, once we kind of get it up to where it should be. I mean, if you look at this, this is deferred maintenance that we need to take care of. So once we've taken care of that deferred maintenance and we're up to snuff, so to speak, this is going to make future cleanings
easier.
A snap.
Yeah, it's definitely going just right to that natural look, like no oils or nothing glossy. So 3 to 6 or 3 hours, it just
exactly. I want 20 to 30 minutes, and I'm going to come back. And like I said, if there is any residue on the surface, then I'm going to wipe it up. But you can see most of it really
going really smooth, leveling out. That's crazy.
And you're not going to see any streak. And this, I mean, guys, I've done this on $1 million Ferraris that, you know, from the 60s, you know, so whatever. I've tested this on some of the most sensitive leathers. I brought full aniline, natural, full grain, full aniline hides. I mean, I used to be in the furniture business for a long time. I just happen to have a bunch of leather samples still sitting around. So I tested this stuff, and on application, on a full aniline hide, it did darken it on application. The next day, couldn't even tell. So I have yet to encounter a leather that didn't return to OEM spec upon it being fully cured.
That's impressive. and it looks like it's literally just leveling out really good.
Like I say, this is easy as pie, guys. I mean, and this is something, again, if you're doing this professionally like yourself, Carlos, it's just offer it to the customer. This isn't, you don't have to be the great salesman for this product. This is really just, you're already doing coating on the outside of the car. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. By the way, did you know I also offer a coating for the leather on the interior car so we can keep the interior as clean and easy to maintain as the outside of the car? Most people don't understand that. They assume everyone's been used to for years. Oh, I wax the outside of the car. Well, okay, now we do ceramic coatings. Okay, let's ceramic coat the outside of the car. A lot of people don't realize it's even available for the inside. So if you just let your customer know that it's even available, I guarantee you're gonna get more sales and higher tickets.
Could be a good opportunity.
Once you're a coating customer, if you're buying a coating for the outside, they're a coating customer for the inside, and you're doing a disservice to your customer by not offering them interior coatings.
Awesome. So we'll be back here soon, and we'll see how this thing kind of leveled out. So stick around. Alrighty, guys, this concludes today's video, guys. Thank you so much for joining me in today's video, obviously. But again, today we showcase a little bit of Dr. Beasley's product line. You're gonna see a little clip right here of how this leather dried out. I didn't have to come back and do like a leveling because it really did it on its own. But overall, I was really impressed with the product line as well. Again, shout out or thank you to Dr. Beasley's for the opportunity to work with you guys today. But don't forget, guys, if you are interested, or maybe let me know in the comment section if you guys have tried Dr. Beasley's. Let me know what product you like from them because they do have a lot. I'd like to know if some of you guys have tried it. What have you thought about it, right? And if you're looking into maybe purchasing some of their stuff, I'll be posting the Car Supplies Warehouse link down below. Make sure you go out here and find it, right, if you guys want some of these products. And if you don't find the product that you're looking for, guys, I will be posting a link to the Dr. Beasley's website where they have more broad some products that maybe Car Supplies does not carry. But anyways, I hope, again, thank you so much, Mr. Chris, for the opportunity.
I appreciate you, Mr. Carlos.
I had a lot of fun, and I can't wait to use some of these products in my field and really put them to the test and see just the durability on them, really more the water behavior. I would probably hit it with water and kind of see all that beating action. So I was really, really impressed overall with the products. But again, guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. As always, God bless you guys. I'll catch you guys on the next one.